Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fonz Talk Jerseys. I, Fonz the Falcon, jersey connoisseur here on YouTube, and we got ourselves another jersey video, historical one here. But quickly before I do this said video, I want to talk about the people at Fans ID. As per usual, I've shown this jersey many times before, a custom-made baseball jersey from my podcast, Slickback, which you should definitely check out, by the way, links down below. They gave me this awesome jersey. I got to talk about it. The quality's great, stitching's good. You can customize it however you want. Go to fansidea.com right now. Use code FONZ, F-O-N-Z, for 10% off. They got everything. Baseball, basketball, football, hockey. They got shirts and hats too, and jackets. Any style, any way you want. Again, go to fansidea.com. Use code FONZ for 10% off your order. Let's get into the video. Now, this is the second of many videos I'll be doing to conclude the football season. In honor of the Pro Bowl that just happened, I figured to talk some Pro Bowl jerseys. Now, I know the game isn't as serious and as controversial as everybody says. I personally kind of enjoy the Pro Bowl. I want to make the Pro Bowl great again. Now, in recent years, it's no longer a tackle game. It's now the Pro Bowl games. But the uniforms, I will say, have always caught my eye. And with it being now that they don't wear the uniform, just wear traditional t-shirts of the said team that they're on for the Pro Bowl and whatnot, I decided to go back to the ranks and look at my favorite Pro Bowl uniforms. Now, quickly with the list itself, too, the Pro Bowl that I'll be mentioning is the year that the Pro Bowl happened, but that Pro Bowl was to honor the previous season because the Pro Bowl's in January and whatnot, too. So, for a quick example here, the 2021 season was the final season which the traditional Pro Bowl happened, but it happened in 2022 because of the way the calendar works. The Pro Bowl is always at January, beginning of February. So it is mentioned as the 2022 Pro Bowl. If you get what I'm saying, it's down below. I will clarify more as the video goes on. I did my top 5 worst Pro Bowl uniforms and my 10 favorite Pro Bowl uniforms. AFC, NFC, whatever one is. I went through the history rankings here. I went through looking up here. This was a lot of fun. Now let's get right into it. We'll start off with the worst one. The number 5 worst Pro Bowl uniform, in my opinion, was the 2017 AFC uniforms from the 2016 season. This one here is just all monochrome red here. I'm not a big fan of the all monochrome red uniforms per se here. This just didn't look that special to me. The Pro Bowl ones are supposed to be a little bit wacky, a little bit out there, and kind of cool to look at. This one, I just really wasn't a fan of the all red look here, and sometimes the other helmets, depending on the teams, it just didn't fit well here. Simple AFC. The neon outline of the numbers, I didn't really like this one that much. That's why it's number 5 on my list. The number 4 worst Pro Bowl uniform was the 2001-2002 AFC uniform from the 2000-2001 season. Now, again, it seems like a lot is just going on here with the Pro Bowl patch, the team logo on the shoulder, and the word mark of the team on the other shoulder here with the All-Star, and the gradient look from the red down to the white here. It just didn't really catch my eye for this one. It wasn't really the best of these uniforms, why it's number 4 on the list. The third worst Pro Bowl uniform, in my opinion, was the 2000 NFC uniform from the 1999 season. These just looked very bland, looked like just practice jerseys, plain white with the blue numbers. And the font for the numbers here, they just look generic and plain, just look like on Madden when you're creating team, and it's just like the base of what you get to. The Pro Bowl patch is really small here, and there was no team logo of the team you represented for, just on the helmet. Nothing was on the jersey, just again, very plain to me. The second worst Pro Bowl uniform was from Team Carter in 2015 in honor of the 2014 season. This was the era where they got rid of the conferences and they had the Legends draft Pro Bowl teams. And that was a cool concept indeed. I like the conference supremacy in my opinion, but the one thing I hated about this era was that most of these uniforms just didn't look good here. Case here with the Team Carter one in 2015. It just looked very, like, too much neon, but just didn't represent anything. It's just very basic and plain, and there's just a little bit too much neon and gray, and it just did not work well in this combination. But the worst Pro Bowl uniform, in my opinion, of all time was from Team Deion Sanders in 2014 on the 2013 season. Much like with the one I previously mentioned here, just all gray. These uniforms just didn't hit at all with any of them from those 2 seasons. The all gray look just seemed bland and boring. It just didn't fit the Pro Bowl look. It just did not fit at all. Plain, and the numbers are a little bit small, the neon outline around the numbers. I just didn't like this era at all with these Pro Bowl uniforms. Now, let's get into the 10 best Pro Bowl uniforms, in my humble opinion. Number 10 on my list is the 2022 AFC uniform from the 2021 season. This is the last year that Pro Bowl had the traditional uniforms here. The white look was cool, and I did like the numbers here and on here too. The white look was very clean for the AFC, but the red numbers were cool, and I like the red down to the blue gradient on the side here. I know with the AFC conference, it's supposed to be more red here, but this just looked nice. It represented the away team in this scenario. It was just a clean look, and it just to fond more memories because this is the last time we saw the traditional Pro Bowl with the helmets and the shoulder pads and whatnot. But overall, this was a very clean Pro Bowl look. The 9th best uniform in the Pro Bowl history actually was from Team Michael Irvin in 2016 from the 2015 season. Now, I said before, a few years before with the All-Star draft with Legends, the uniforms didn't really hit, but for some reason in 2016, they really did look nice. I like this all black look with the gold on the side, but not too much gold. It just looked really well, and it also with any kind of helmet they had, it just meshed well. This was the only time that I liked these uniforms, when they had the Legends draft set of the AFC versus the NFC. This Team Irving look, the all gray, black, whatever you want to call it, with the gold accents on here, it just looked really nice and kind of really sharp on the field. And it went well with the opponent's uniforms, which you'll see later on this list. Spoiler alert. 8th best Pro Bowl uniform, in my opinion, is from 1995 to 1997, the AFC, NFC. I decided to combine them here in honor of the 94 to 96 season. A lot of people hate this uniform, but for some reason, I just like it. This just represented the mid-90s really well. It's very weird number placements, probably a lot going on, but this kind of fit well in the 90s. It just looked really cool. The red and the blue here for the respective conferences, the stars on one side, like the slanted pyramid on the top here. Again, it's just a lot going on, craziness. But for some reason, I just low-key kind of liked it. I used to hate this uniform when I looked at it. But honestly, now as I'm looking at it more and more, it is really cool. And I like how it's just, you know, red for the AFC and blue for the NFC, but it's not too much going on. Just look really cool. I know a lot of people probably don't like it. It's growing on me a lot more. It represents the 90s really well. 7th best uniform, in my opinion, in the Pro Bowl history is the 2011-2012 AFC uniform from the 2010-2011 season. This just was a very basic look here, but it worked well with the AFC. The white pants and Red Sox go here, but the jersey is really nice. Simple red with the blue and white stripes on the side and the 4 stars on it on the by the collar here. It was a simple look, but it worked really well, and I do like these a lot. Sometimes with these Pro Bowl uniforms, I like them outlandish, but for sometimes the simplicity works for a few of them. This was the case for this one. The 6th best Pro Bowl uniform, in my opinion, is the 2018-2019 NFC uniform from the 2017-2018 season. I like these a lot more than the AFC ones. The AFC ones did not make the list here, but this one, it's just simple, but it looks really good here. Simplicity works best for this one. The all blue look here with the gradient numbers. I know people don't like gradients. I'm not a big fan of them, but it works really well here in this scenario here with the dark blue on top fitting down to the white on the bottom, particularly with these uniforms. The only thing I wish they had was, instead of saying Pro Bowl on it, it would have said National and American for the NFC and AFC respectively. And I liked how they had the patch of the team's logo on the shoulder. It was a tiny little detail, but it works here. It's a really, really nice uniform. I wish they wore these for a few more seasons. I wish they kind of had this now with the Pro Bowl games, but this is a really, really good and underrated Pro Bowl uniform. The 5th best Pro Bowl uniform, in my opinion, was from Team Rice in 2016. Previously mentioned from Team Irving early on the list with the all gray look. This one was the opponent, the all white look with the gold numbers here. This is just a clean and crisp look on the field. The all white look worked. The gold accent marks look good, and the gray numbers here with the gold outline, clean, really nice, and it worked well with the darker uniforms we saw earlier on the list too. This was the last year we saw the captains of the Legends being drafting of these players without the conference supremacy. This was the only time, like I said, it worked. Those two for this list, it was a really nice uniform. The 4th best Pro Bowl uniform was from 1993 to 1994. The NFC ones from the 92-93 season. Now, it's hard to find clear pictures for this video, but I found the best that I could. This is very old school. It's plain, but it works here. The Pro Bowl logos on the shoulders is not too big, just saying National on it for the blue. It's a nice, crisp, and old school uniform. It is a really nice one. I would totally get one of these, say, if I can find them. Again, simplicity works, and that's the case here for this uniform. 3rd best Pro Bowl uniform is the one I'm currently wearing, the 2020 AFC uniform from the 2019 season. Now, I know it was weird not to have the red and gold for this era of the uniforms, but this one actually looked really good. Personally, I like how the little V here on here works, and the numbers look good with the gray. It's just not too much going on, but it looked really good, and it actually meshed well with the white pants. If it was all gray, it would go down a lot, lower on the list. I probably wouldn't even make the top 10, but the pairing it with the pants worked really well here. Maybe a little bit biased because they had so many Ravens in that year's Pro Bowl. It was one of my favorite seasons for the Baltimore Ravens. I wish they won more games in the playoffs. But again, we just talk about the uniforms. These just look really nice, and they're more of the underrated ones. I like these ones a lot. 2nd best Pro Bowl uniform, in my opinion, was the 2007-2008 NFC uniforms from the 2006-2007 season. I mean, this just screams for me growing up. Childhood for me. I just picture Adrian Peterson and Devin Hester in these uniforms. The all blue look for the jersey looks great with the stars behind it. Not too much going on the shoulder pads. The shoulder pad is just a straight blue here with the team logos on the shoulders with the white pants and blue socks. It worked really well here. Again, this is more of a bias because this is my childhood with this uniform. I just really, really like these a lot. The number 1 best Pro Bowl uniform, in my humble opinion, was the 2013 Pro Bowl overall with the AFC and the NFC from the 2012 season. It's just a combination of the retro look and the first year when Nike was the official uniform provider for the NFL. I mean, these are just simple and they work here. the AFC for the American, National for the NFC. You put it on there with the tiny logo on the shoulder, which is a really good call, the Pro Bowl patch on the other. Not a lot going on, but it's just a nice look here with the blue jersey and white pants for the NFC and the white jersey and red pants for the AFC. It's just a clean and nice, simple look. It's a really, really nice uniform. I wish they wore this for more than just one season. It's one of my favorite uniforms in the NFL. It's a really, really good Pro Bowl uniform. And that is my 5 worst and 10 best Pro Bowl uniforms. Let me know down below which one was your favorite Pro Bowl uniform. Which one did I miss? Which one did you like the best? Did I get the rankings wrong? Let me know down below. If you haven't already, definitely check out Fonz Talk Jersey. The rest of the jersey, I just did my 10 best regular season uniform matchups. I've done a bunch of other videos on this channel and some shorts here. Definitely want to check them out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said in the last video I did, I have a couple other uniform videos in relation to the NFL season to close out the NFL season in a couple days. I don't know exactly when it's going to come out. You're going to get the 10 best Super Bowl uniform matchups, and then I'm going to do my final 2 videos on the stats for the AFC and NFC uniforms as far as the stats and record-wise and all that stuff too. A lot of fun stuff with that video. I'll explain more when it gets closer. And once the NFL season is done, I'm going to be doing some more basketball videos, MLB stuff too. A lot of good stuff growing with the channel. So definitely want to stick around. You don't want to miss anything on this. Follow the Instagram at Fonz Talk Jersey. You can follow my personal stuff at Fonz DeFalco. My TikTok, everything's down below. You want to check out my podcast, the Slickback Kickback Report, wherever you get your podcasts. Also on YouTube at Fonz DeFalco. On YouTube, you get the video version of the podcast. Don't miss out on the content I'm making here, people. And with that, have a good day, good night, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.